So I've travelled out here to Denmark today to see what's going on, learn what's new and fresh going on at the factory here in Denmark. Luckily I'm joined with Torben Kornum, who will be able to show us around and give us a personal insight into the latest and greatest. So thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming over again. It's always nice to see you here, Stuart.
Thank you.
And today we're going to see the XC47 and make a deep dive into the hulls. We have 5 of them in production at different stages, and I'm very happy to show you.
Perfect. And part of the reason for this video is to follow on from Torben's earlier video in December. So you need to watch both together to get a real understanding of the XC47. We'll add a link in the video later on for that.
And we're going to see the things that you claim that we missed in the first video.
Never. But we'll add a deep dive into these nice technical details. So yeah, look forward to that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Torben. Let's go have a look around.
Sure. And before we go into one of the hulls, Stuart, we're standing here with one of them, and as you can see, it's transparent in the bottom. And the reason why we make it transparent is we can see if there are any dry spots in the epoxy sandwich constructions, which there never are, but it's good to be able to check it, because in that way we know we can prevent possible delaminations. We never had any for the last 15 years, but it's still very important to be able to check it. Here's a flush mounted seacock. That's how we make the seacocks and how they should be. Walking along the hull here, you can also see different layers of carbon reinforcements in areas with extra stress, and of course carbon is used in order to strengthen the hull.
And of course this must be the bow thruster recess, so important too.
Sure, that is one area where there sometimes is a lot of stress, so it's important to have it extra reinforced. It's quite a complicated construction and technology, but it's how we make the boats. So here we're standing in one of the early stages of the XC47, and you can see the inside of the construction with all the dark areas being carbon reinforcements. I'm standing on the galvanized steel frame, and underneath, or hanging in the steel frame, we've got the tanks and all the heavy stuff hanging there. We've got the bulkheads that are made in sandwich construction and laminated to the hull. When we make a cutout for the doors, we don't only cut out and leave the bulkhead unreinforced. We actually make a carbon frame around that hole to make sure that we keep the strength of the bulkhead. It's definitely not the cheap way of making a boat, but it's the X-Yachts way. It's the only way, right way to do it. So we obviously have a lot of focus on safety, and in the bow area we have 2 watertight compartments. First we have the chain lugger and then the sail lugger, very large compartments, and they're secured by bulkheads. This one in a sandwich construction, laminated to the hull, and just in case of collision, it's really important to have these watertight areas. It may not be sexy, but it's important for the family. So Stuart, I showed you the watertight bulkheads in the bow section. Here's how we do it in the aft section. Another fully laminated watertight bulkhead, 80 centimeters above the bottom of the boat. Simply another unique safety feature in the boat. And Stuart, you know, one of the advantages of the semi-raised floorboard is the space it gives for water tanks, diesel tanks and other heavy stuff, because we want to keep that centralized in the boat in order to really secure the performance of it. As you see, the tanks are hanging onto the steel frame, and every tank is custom fitted to fit perfectly into that area or that section underneath the floorboard. Everything is simply optimized also below the floorboard. This hull is the next stage of the construction of the XC47. And here we get a feeling of how spacious the boat is, and we can see the interior being built in. We have an idea of the enormous storage space that is all over the boat. And here's a nice detail that I haven't actually noticed before, but I'm sure it's going to leave a nice happy smile on the owner's face. A nice smoothly rounded edge here. So when you open the lid, you have that wonderful feeling of something really exclusive and details that are being taken care of. And here we're sitting just behind the finished forward bulkhead. Remember, we had the sandwich construction in the first hull we saw, and here it's finished with the Nordic oak on the inside. Down here we have the installations, or some of the installations of the windlass and the bow thruster, nicely lifted out of the bottom of the boat to protect from water and moisture. Here's a good example of handcrafted details in the boat. This fiddle, or Korean fiddle, is for the galley, and Casper is finishing it right now. So based on the design of the 5/6 bowsprit, we have taken the XC47 bowsprit to the next level. We made it wider, we made it longer, we made it slot in the top that allows the use of different types and sizes of anchors. And it also makes the launch of the anchor very easy. At the end of the bowsprit, we have a very nice integrated electric furling system for coat sails to make sail handling easier and safer for the crew. Yeah, we're standing on the deck of the XC47 number 1, the boat that is going to go to the Düsseldorf boat show. And I think the deck, the beauty of the deck here shows that our in-house design team has really spent a lot of time working on not only a functional deck, but also a very, very beautiful deck. Now, a sail logger is not normally an area where yachts are spending a lot of time with finish work, but look at this here. There's a lamp, there's a very, very fine finish on the GRP work on the inside. Even the wood in the bottom, you can't see it here, but I'm standing on the floorboard here, and it's nicely finished just like inside the boat. There's a very safe, stable ladder down into the sail logger, and well, there's the rails for sheets and mooring lines on both sides, and there's a fitted area of space for the bow ladder that goes on the bowsprit. It's so clean and nice here, and so many good details. I think I could take a nap here actually. And Stuart, look at the shape and the beauty of this window here. Tempered glass, of course, and absolutely a beautiful design, I think, allowing a lot of light into the boat. There's so many thoughtful details on the boat. I've already covered in another video the way the halyards are running aft in the boat. Here's another nice detail. We moved the diagonal from the tow rail and a step in to allow more open or more free passage, more safe passage on the deck here. This is of course the normal sheeting for the jib, But the XC47 is a performance cruiser, and we placed pad eye on the tow rail in order to make outboard sheeting possible on reaches. Now the first video featured the nice dining table here, but you, Stuart, pointed out that I made the table look wobbly, and I don't want to have that one hanging on me, so I'm going to show it again. First of all, I think it's a beautiful table. It's super functional, opens up, going from 4 dining places to 8, and we can convert it into one big bed here in the area. Open up the clamp, turning the table, lift up the cushion, the supporter here on each side, 4 of them, and then simply push the table down and make, I would say, a four-person's bed out of it. It's another of one of these very fine details of the XC47. So you may think I'm sitting on a normal chart table seat here, but in fact it's much more than a chart table seat. And I'll show you. First of all, I can take off the top of it. It's now a serving tray that I can put here, or I can move the whole seat down here, make it into a coffee table or drink table when I'm sitting here in the couch, or I can put the cushion on and use it as a number 8 or 9 seat for the dining table. And not least, it's another example of these enormous storage spaces that there are in the XC47. There's so much new thinking and so many nice details in this boat. And Stuart, I'm sure you'll ask me, isn't the seat sliding around? But it's not. It's securely fastened by hand screws. And it's very easy to do it actually. Yeah, I know it's said many times, but the lifted floorboard is a central part of the design of the whole boat, because this is where we keep all the heavy stuff, all the things that need maintenance or service. We want it to be as easy accessible as possible for the owner that goes long distance. In here we have a battery bank, we have tank, we have here is a good example of various installation, nicely labeled and very, very easy accessible. Another tank, this is diesel. In here is a very interesting area with only one big water intake, one filter to clean, to keep clean. The water is led through a manifold, making it possible to open and close the different installations, just such as generator, aircon, water maker, or whatever. Super simple, very, very safe and easy to maintain. So Stuart, I asked you to come down into the aft locker here to show you some of the systems that are out here and how easily maintained they are, and the nice finish of the GRP, and also this steering system, which is basically 2 systems, one from each helm, going into one rudder in the center. And having two systems actually means that if one breaks down, you always have the safety and the backup of the second system.
Yeah, I noticed that there was no wires or chains.
No wires and chains, just makes it so much easier to maintain. And there's an opportunity to have a autopilot motor on each system.
That's
so a
great.
double.
Even more redundancy.
Yes.
Great.
The first generation of our X-Yachts were known as probably the best performing cruisers of all times. And the XC47 is an evolution of that basic design. We have, again, a very generous volume in the bottom. We have a V shape from the bow and back to the keel. We have nice smooth rudder that is essential to making a boat move nicely, comfortably and fast in waves. But on the XC47 we have a wider stern that gives more stability to the boat, makes the boat go fast on reaches, downwind, and not least it's allowing so much more space in the aft cabins. Oh, I really love this rudder. I have the same design on my own boat, and I know how much added performance it gives to all our models at the moment. I know from our in-house design office that we have spent more than 200 hours designing or developing the rudder. And I can say clearly, although this rudder is on a performance cruiser, it's like a racing rudder. It's got all the performance, all you need of stability and control that you want from a racing rudder. The designers have cared so much about the radius of the entry, how far back to place the widest point, a double concave of the aft section, a swept back of the tip of the rudder, as well as, of course, as the rake of the rudder. Look how smoothly it fits to the hull, allowing no turbulence. And the result, or the outcome of this wonderful rudder is it gives you so much grip in the water. It allows you to really push hard with the sails, not least with coat sails. It warns you, gives you a long warning before the boat is, or the rudder is stalling. But basically you can just keep putting pressure on it and you won't roach. So, Stuart, I'm sure you're gonna tease me now. You claimed that we turned the sail drive wrong way around here, and it looks like it, but it's actually because this particular boat is electric driven. So this is the drive that Ocean Vault developed that generates, not only drives the boat when the propeller is running around, but it also gives the opportunity with these pitchable plates to generate or charge the batteries while sailing. So basically what you can say is, when you need to run the boat on the propeller, you just start the engine, the electric engine. It drives the boat. If you want to charge the batteries, you pitch the blades in the right angle, and the move forward in the water will help the propeller run around, and it will charge the batteries.
And am I right to say that the standard boat comes with a diesel engine, so this is optional? I mean, how many 47s have chosen this electric propulsion so far?
It's true. The standard version has a traditional diesel engine, and out of 9 orders so far, 8-9 orders, I believe 3 of them are with electric propulsion. And if you ask me, what do I think about the future? I'm 100% sure that electric propulsion will increase, and I'm happy that X-Yachts is one or several steps ahead of the competition with the development, because we really are here with our close cooperation with the manufacturer. And I think it's like electric cars. It's a matter of time before the majority of sailboats, new sailboats, will be equipped with electric propulsion.
So Torben, that was absolutely fantastic. We had a good deep dive into many topics there. I'm sure we haven't really scratched the surface on this boat. She's magnificent, but thank you anyway, that was fantastic.
Ah, it's a pleasure. And for me, it's actually very easy to talk about the XC47 because I'm a big fan of the work that our in-house design team has done and put into this.
And it should be.
And I'm really happy that one of the first models is going to England. And having that boat in England and giving your clients a chance to try it is going to be a very good experience for many people.
100%. I look forward to sailing our some miles with the owner and test sailing. So yeah, thank you once again.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.